Welcome to the Nintendo Wiretap. My name is Amiibo Jason, and on today's episode, we have 3 big stories in the world of Nintendo to cover today. The first being a brand new look at the upcoming Super Nintendo World coming to Universal Studios in Japan. So, without further ado, let's take a look. You know, every single day that passes, I get even more excited that we're getting a Nintendo-based theme park. I mean, the idea of a Nintendo theme park just blows my mind. I mean, it's been something I've wanted since I was a kid, and it's going to be happening now in less than a year? That's insane. So that being said, I'm sure you can imagine how excited I am that today we get a brand new look at Super Nintendo World in Japan, and it looks absolutely amazing. Now, the first section that we can see is all new photos of the Mushroom Kingdom's most iconic features. So at the moment, it looks like we can see some cloud platforms, we can see the trees, we see question blocks. There's a POW block kind of hiding there down in the corner, and of course, the coolest thing about this entire setup, the massive flagpole at the very, very top. Now, I'm expecting at some point somebody's going to be crazy enough to climb up this thing and try to go down the flagpole, but here's hoping they don't. Now, at the moment, things aren't anywhere near complete, but the flagpole is up, and that's really something cool. Now, I want you to think of this. So, with the flagpole being so up high in this brand new Nintendo theme park, can you imagine a fireworks display just kind of lighting up the sky right next to this thing? It would be the most amazing, just nostalgic thing to see a fireworks show right by this flagpole. I'm hoping that they end up doing this. Universal and Nintendo, please make my childhood dreams come true. Now, at the moment, we have quite a ways away before this actually starts to open up to the public, and like I said before, it's coming out just in time for the Tokyo Olympic Games in summer of 2020. So, if you want to go, you might want to start planning your trip right now. Now, if you're not crazy like me and you don't want to, go on a 16-hour flight to go to a theme park, well, you should be happy to know that Super Nintendo World is in fact coming to the US as well. Apparently the next stop is going to be Universal Studios in Hollywood, so hopefully it's going to come pretty quickly after this one opens. But for me, I might just make the trip. So there you go, folks. That is our most up-to-date look at Super Nintendo World. I'm really curious to see what you think of this. Are you just as excited as I am for this theme park to open? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. And if you're planning on going during the opening year, let me know if you're planning on doing that down below too. I'm really curious to see if anybody else is as crazy as I am and wants to make this happen. Alright, moving on to story number 2 today. A brand new Brain Age game is heading to the Nintendo Switch alongside an official, that's right, an official Nintendo Switch stylus. Thank God. Now, one of the best-selling games on the Nintendo DS was Brain Age, or Brain Training, depending on what territory you were in, and I'm just going to be completely honest, I played this game all the time. I was obsessed. It was a fun little thing to do, and I just loved holding my Nintendo DS sideways and playing games in a way that I've never played games before. And of course, who can forget the creepy Dr. Kawashima, who was this big floating polygonal head? I mean, he's so popular, he's even an assist trophy in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so there's that. Now, like the DS version, if you want to play this game, you tilt your Switch sideways, and of course, it uses the touchscreen to essentially control the game. Now, if you've never played Brain Age before, it's essentially a series of logic questions. They have math, mini games, things like that to keep your brain active. And when all is said and done, you are given a brain age. Now, your brain age is not the age of yourself. It is a completely separate age that your brain is, so it can be younger or older than you really are. And obviously, you want the lower brain age score. Now, at the moment, this part breaks my heart. It hasn't been confirmed that this is coming out in the US, at least as of yet, but I'd be completely shocked if this skips the US. Now, if you want to pick this up and you're in Japan, it comes out this year on December 27th, and like I mentioned before, it actually comes bundled with a stylus. So, if you were hoping to have a stylus for Super Mario Maker or some other kinds of touchscreen games on the Switch, well, now you got your wish. Now, is anybody else out there a big fan of the Brain Age series? Did you play it maybe when you were a kid or a young adult? Let me know your experiences with this game in the comments down below. Like I said before, I played this game when I was in high school. I know that kind of shows my age at this point, and it really was a blast. So here's hoping Nintendo of America definitely brings this one to the States. Alright folks, we are to our last story of the day. This is a nice little feel-good story, and it's The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Sales numbers in Japan are really, really good. Now, Link's Awakening has already seen great commercial success, and more positive numbers just keep coming in. Now, we get our first look at Japanese sales figures, and it sold about 140,000 copies, which is about 60% of the game's initial shipment. Now, historically, Zelda games aren't as popular in Japan compared in other territories, so it's good to see solid returns for Link's Awakening. And on top of that, of course, it took the #1 spot in Japan as well, completely destroying the numbers of the #2 spot, which was Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Now, the Zelda remake is also selling really well all over the world as well. It topped the UK charts last week, and critics love the game too. In fact, it's kind of a shameless plug here. We gave the game a 9 out of 10 if you want to read our review. I got that link in the description down below. Go ahead and check that out whenever you have a chance. So, if you're one of the many people who's already picked up Link's Awakening, we definitely love the game. We think it's absolutely amazing. In fact, we've been putting out some guides too if you're curious and you want to just explore everything there is to do on this amazing island. So check those out too. Once again, we have links in the description down below. And that's going to wrap up tonight's Nintendo Wiretap. I'll see you soon with yet another episode, but as always, until then, stay wired in. Bye, guys.